Great morning, great morning, great morning. Boy, I couldn't even get this hair together this morning. But that's okay. I'm learning how to accept things as they are. But I'm keep practicing because I normally do not wear braids. So this is something new, and I'm going to keep practicing. And before I know it, I will be better than I am today. So I'm going to have these braids for a while. But I came on this morning to really talk about some real issues this morning, some real things, and we all can relate to this morning. So I'm on my health journey, and as I realize on my health journey, I'm detoxing everything, including people, out of my life. So I thought about on Sunday how people will not call you unless they want something. So I have those type of people in my life. I don't hear from them unless they want something. And I know this. So I'm like, that's not healthy. And I feel like that I'm being used. So on this healthy journey, I decided to take away all that. I don't need that drama in my life. I don't need anyone calling me until they need something. I thought about that. Then you have those that will pop up and show up at your doorstep without calling, disrespectful, don't respect your time, don't care what you're doing. They just pop up. And when they pop up, they normally either hungry or want a place to stay for a night or two. Eliminating all that. I'm detoxing. And when I say detox some things out of my life, I really mean that. And I don't feel bad. There was a time that I used to feel bad about doing people like that. And I continue to let them use me, abuse me, but not anymore. And I'm so grateful and thankful to have read across Dr. Yaki, because he speaks of these things, and he speaks of people that are toxic to your soul and your spirit. And that's part of fasting. That's part of fasting and getting rid of everything. It doesn't always include food, the toxic food that we're trying to get out of our bodies and our system. It's the people too. And I've realized Sunday, I'm like, okay, I need to clean my house, my spiritual house. So I made this last phone call, and this is so hilarious. I said, hey, so and so and so and so, my number has not changed. My number is still the same, and it does work. So I left the voicemail, a voice message on the phone saying that. And I meant that. So that was to get the person attention. And if they decide to call, then we're going to go into a deeper discussion of what I mean by that. And I'm so glad that, you know, I take time out to meditate. I take time out to read the word and meditate on it. I pray every day. I'm in this prayer group, and it's really, really helping me and has helped me throughout this journey. For those who don't know, I'm Vicky, and I got a health scare not too long ago. I think this may be the 4th or 5th week. And I got a health scare. I went to the doctor. My numbers was up, just up. And she said, well, Vicki, you're going to have to make some lifestyle changes. And if you don't, you won't be here. You won't be here. And that frightened me, because I'm like, wow. Sometimes we don't realize how serious diabetes are, which I knew you can lose limbs, but it really did not click up here how serious it is. Even though I knew that you can lose limbs. Tell me if that makes sense. I don't know what I was thinking. And sometimes we try to say the devil, like Fred Sanford, the devil made me do it. But no, sometimes we just don't realize or just don't care about our health situation until it's right there staring in our face. So that's what happened to me. It was right there staring in my face. And I choose to live and not die, but declare the works of the Lord. So that very day after we had the talk, I went home and I say, this is it. I can't continue to put everything in my mouth. I have to do this. And I'm just encouraging someone, don't wait till it get to a point where you don't have no choice. Try to get it under control before it gets out of control. See, mine was out of control. And now I'm trying to get it in control and reverse diabetes. Because my ultimate goal is not to have diabetes at all. So, to make a long story short, I began to get several calls from people who've been diagnosed with diabetes, and they come on, they hear this, and they say, well, Vicki, what can you do? I say, first of all, you pray about it. Because my body is different from your body. Then you need to get a diabetic doctor. And I cannot pronounce the correct name, and I'm not going to try to mess it up. So I said, that's the second thing, because they will put you on a regimen that is best for you. So you can't go on what regimen I'm on, because that works for my body. So I said, but you can do this. Go on a fast. Go on a fast, pray about it, and go from there. But the sooner you get on your regimens, the better it is. So yesterday, I called back to check and see if this person on the regimens. No, not right now. No. I'm just waiting. Okay, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? So I said, okay. Because you can't pressure nobody. You can't, you just, whatever they decide, they're going to decide. But you just don't put it out there. So as I walked in church, and they have these cookies and they have these donuts, for the guests and for the members. And 2 people that are diabetics, they fight over the cookie box, okay? And both of them have health issues, which I don't understand. You know, why eat that many cookies and fight over a cookie box? Not physically fighting, but they're like, okay, I'm taking it this time. You taking the box the last time. Just like kids, you know. And they eat throughout the service. Get up and grab them a cookie. And so when I walked in, I'm like, you know, then I had to remind myself, I was the same way when I started neglecting my body. I had to really think about that. I say out of these 2 or 3 years being diagnosed with diabetes, I beat my body down. I neglected my body. So who am I to judge? And I thought about it. I say, I did the same thing. Putting fried chicken in my body, food that wasn't healthy for me. I could eat fried chicken 7 days a week. I could eat mashed potatoes. You know, I could eat cookies, candy, sodas. Oh my God. I would buy sodas by the cases. And they wasn't diet. No. I wouldn't do no diet sodas, period. I would get the real deal. I would get me a regular Coke. I would get me a regular Dr. Pepper. And not only have one, I might have 2 or 3 within that day. So I was really doing a lot of harm and damage to my kidneys, you know, because diabetes attacked the immune system, but it heads toward the kidneys and everything else. That's why you see a lot of diabetics get on dialysis, because they done ate all this kind of crap, and they have congestive heart failure. They have poor kidneys, blown their kidneys out to where it won't function right. But I knew all of this, and I still didn't get it. So when I look back over my life, and I look at these people today, and I'm like, okay, I've been there. I was them. But when I woke up and realized, hey, this is it. I don't have no other choice but to do right. Was I tempted? Yes. I was tempted to go back and start eating all the unhealthy food. Give me a box of fries. Give me a 2 or 3 chicken wings. Give me a big breast and a large and extra large soda. See, that mindset, you know, you have to change your mindset. So I was like, okay, I'm giving up, because this right here is not working. My stomach is cramping. It's telling me it's hungry. But I was thinking in my mind that I'm hungry because my stomach is cramping and I'm having hunger pain. No, it was actually detoxing everything out that don't belong in my system. So all the toxic was coming out. I was peeing a lot. Then I guess about 3 days or so, then I was doing number 1 and number 2. But I was still paining and cramping. So the 4th day, when I survived it, I'm like, okay, I can do this. All the cramps and the pains went away. On the 4th day, I was good. Everything was out that's supposed to be out. My skin started lightening up. All the dark circles that I used to have, you know, on my skin, I noticed that they start lightening up, especially up under my eyes. I had bags and dark circles. I had on my hand, as you can see, I had dark circles. I no longer have that on my hand. And I had dark spots and circles on my legs, where part of my legs and my toes was black, dark. I don't have that anymore. I'm getting plenty of sleep. I set a timer every night to take my medicine. Once I take that, the alarm will go off saying, hey, it's bedtime. It's time for you to lay it down. There was a time that I didn't set no alarms. There was a time that I would be up at 1, 2, 12, you name it, 12, 1, 2 o'clock, just wandering around. And was sleeping. Most of the time I was sleeping, but why was I up trying to fight sleep and knowing that I had to go to work the next day? Didn't make any sense to me now. But back then, it was like, I'm not ready to go to sleep. But now, I set an alarm, and I'm on a routine. I set it, and I know what time that I can take my medication, what time to stop eating, what time to start eating, you know, in between those hours that I have set. And I feel 100% better. I don't get up through the night, make 1,000 trips like I used to, back and forth to the restroom. You know, peeing, just, and sometimes it be little old sprinkles. You know, I was like, dang, I just laid down. Here it is, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And I'm up half of the night. By 6:30, I'm up again. Because, you know, I had to get up and go to work. So now, I drink straight black coffee. I don't use no sugar, no cream, and I'm working on the tea. Green tea and mushroom tea. I'm working on not using sugar. I have not conquered that yet, and I just leave it alone. But I have conquered black coffee. I never would have thought that I would never have sugar or cream, you know, because I was a sugar and cream. I had to have it in my coffee. It was a mind thing. You have to trick the mind. When your mind begin to tell you that you have to have this, and like I told one of my friends, she's a diabetic, I said, when your mind tell you you got to have them sweets or them chips, and you got to snack at night, I say, do yourself a favor. Get a sip of vinegar. Don't dilute it or nothing. Just continue. When your mind, you got to trick that mind. I say, every time I tell you that, get a swig of vinegar. I say, either you're going to give in or you're going to just let it go away. Because when you think about it and try to react on it, you're going to either give in to the temptation or you're going to back away, because you're going to get tired of taking them swigs of vinegar. You'll be saying, no, I don't want to do that. So you're going to learn how to trick the mind. And I believe that's all I have for today. But I hope that this helps someone that is listening to this, they viewing the video, you know, because my ultimate goal is that I want to be healthy, but I want to share my journey and my why. So this is my why I do it. It's because I want to live and not die, but declare the works of the Lord. So when my time is up here on this earth, I done did everything that I'm supposed to do. So, yes, I will share what I have to share with you guys. Until then, be healthy, be blessed, be on this healthy journey. It's worth it. You know, you may not start out, you know, it's going to be a struggle. The struggle is real, but keep at it. Keep going until you conquer diabetes or whatever you have. All right. Y'all be blessed and be healthy. Bye-bye.